Hey guys, Lone Gamers Guy here, and today I'm back with another commentary video. I've been doing a lot of these recently, and they're pretty fun. They're pretty fun. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's nice getting my thoughts out there about various topics. It feels cathartic in a way. And today I'm here to talk about the Oscars. The thing that everybody says they don't care about, yet they actually tend to care about when it comes to things they like. It's weird. People say that they don't care about the Oscars and no one watches them and blah blah blah. And the majority of the majority, that's true, right? That's true. But listen, everybody is going to be looking at what's best picture, what's being nominated, which actors are being and actresses are being nominated for what, and stuff like that. Like everyone peeks their head in to the Oscar pool at least once. Okay, at least once. So you care a little bit. You care a little bit more than what you're letting on. People may ask why the Oscars are dying, or why they were dying, or why people say don't care about it and stuff like that. It's mostly because the Oscars have a big problem with bias. They have a big problem with bias. And obviously, the first thing, if you know anything about the Oscars, if the first thing you think about is the hashtag Oscars is so white controversy that was going on a while ago, where pretty much people were slamming the Oscars because a lot of films made by minorities got snubbed. A lot of them were getting snubbed and stuff like that. And things weren't, people were starting to get a little bit of that racial itch. You know what I'm saying? People were starting to get like, Oscars are a little bit maybe a little bit racist. I'm not even gonna lie. The Oscars, they do have a bias problem. They do have a bias problem. But that is not the specific bias problem I am talking about today. Today I'm here to talk about the Oscars' bias against horror movies. Specifically, horror movie performances. Now, y'all may be, feeling like, oh, well, what are you talking about, or whatever, and this is an issue that I have noticed more and more over the years when it comes to the Oscars and stuff like that. It's become quite apparent to me now. I've seen some other people bring it up, like Chris Stuckman, and it's just become more and more apparent to me that the Oscars do have some bias against horror movies in general. Now, I don't have any hard concrete proof. Okay, I can't point to somebody in the Oscars judging board and get a freaking secret audio recording of them saying we don't like horror movie performances or stuff like that, or we don't want to include them. I don't have nothing like that, right? I have three major performances that I want to point at, none of which were nominated for anything. Okay, nothing. And I feel like it's definitely an issue. I feel it's definitely an issue. Okay, so there's three major performances I want to point to. Okay, three major performances that immediately come to mind when it's this subject, and I'm like, yeah, that's sort of ridiculous. And you guys give me your opinions in the comments. You guys tell me if I'm tripping, if I'm looking way too into this, if I'm just following a conspiracy theory or something like that. But I really do believe that that something is wrong here, and that there is a certain bias when it comes to horror movies or horror movie performances when it comes to the Oscars. Okay, my first point is Toni Collette for Hereditary. This, in my opinion, this is one of the best performances I've ever seen in my entire life. Everything about this performance feels so raw, and if you watch this movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not going to give no spoilers or anything like that, but she really just again, like, the stuff she has to do in this movie is so has to be so emotionally taxing, because some scenes she has to freaking like go all out. I mean, go all out, and she does it. You really feel her grief. Like, you really feel her grief when something happens. Like, you really feel it. I mean, she goes all out. Her expressions are fantastic. The things she's able to tell you with just her face alone are incredible. I cannot praise this performance enough. It is so good and is legitimately one of the best performances I've ever seen in my entire life. She completely transformed here. And, yeah, it's just, again, the performance was amazing. Now, let me show you what other people are saying about the same performance.
And she was nominated once before for The Sixth Sense, which is also a horror drama. And so she could get it again. And I think she should. This is the best actress performance I've seen so far in 2018, and she's absolutely phenomenal.
And then escalating until the end of the movie. I'm gonna get right into it. Toni Collette was great in this movie. I've heard so much about this movie, some of which I agree with, some of which I don't. But the thing I absolutely positively do agree with, and I feel like a lot of people are going to, is that she was awesome. She needs to be intense, she is. She needs to be a little unsettling, she is. Scenes where she needs to just come across as a little crazy, she does. I do hope the Academy does keep her in the conversation when Oscar season comes around. More than they did McAvoy for Split, because I thought he was great in that too.
But the scenes where I just remember
it wasn't just good acting. This acting was excellent.
This performance is widely praised. It's so good. I mean, like, people straight up mostly agree, like, you know, that this performance is freaking wonderful. Let's see what the Oscars thought. Okay, so we're looking at the 2019 nominees, you know what I'm saying? It goes by, 2019 nominees are the 2018 nominees, you know what I'm saying? Like, in case you don't know how this works. As you see, her name's not on here. In fact, freaking Melissa McCarthy's name is on here before Toni Collette. Which is insane, because I've never seen Melissa McCarthy give a Oscar-worthy performance in my entire life. But, you know, hey, more power to her. I shouldn't be hating. But Toni Collette is not here. A performance that was widely considered amazing, and she's just completely missing. Not even a nomination. Okay, that's a bit odd, but you know, you say, okay, well, that was just a slip up. You know what I'm saying? That was just a slip. That doesn't prove they have a stigma against horror movies or anything. You're right about that. So let's pull up some more examples that that strengthen my point. Next, I want to turn to Florence Pugh in Midsommar, another Ari Aster film. She, again, another actress that is just incredible at portraying grief, incredible as transforming herself into this character. She absolutely melts into this role. She's an incredible actress. She's amazing in this movie. Again, her facial expressions are incredible. Incredible. That's a large part of acting. Facial expressions. And my gosh, she has that nailed down. You feel the emotion. You feel when she's about to have a breakdown. Her acting is just incredible in this movie. Let's see what the Oscars had to say about it. Okay, so this is the 2020 Best Actress nominees. And tell me where you see Florence Pugh. Yeah, nothing. Now, I want to get one thing clear. I'm not saying that any of these actresses, 100% deserve the win over every other actress here, right? I'm not saying that, all right? Every actress here deserves to be here. Okay, I'm assuming. I don't know what the freaking Melissa McCarthy did, but let me stop hating. All right, every actress deserved to be here, and every actress, worked hard and gave great performances, I bet. However, I feel like it is still a bit strange that not even a nomination is given out for these roles. These roles that are, again, widely praised. The Oscar knows about them. The Oscars or the league or the board knows about these movies, and they're still not getting nominated.
That's not good enough.
For anything. A bit strange. A bit strange. All right, let's look at point number 3. And by the way, there's gonna be 4 points, not 3. I said there's gonna be 4 before, but I lied. All right, so let's move on to the next actress on my list, or performance on my list. Next, we have Lupita.
Nyong'o.
Yeah, that. From Us. In a absolute raw performance, might I say. And specifically what she does with her voice. Now, hopefully I don't get copyrighted for this, but I wanted to play some of this.
Time met Abraham. It didn't matter if she loved him or not. He was tethered to the girl's prince after all. Then, the girl had her first child. A beautiful baby girl. But the shadow, she gave birth to a little monster. Hombre was born laughing. The girl had a second child, a boy this time. They had to cut her open and take him from her belly. The shadow had to do it all. I grew up in the dark. I grew up in the...
It hurts doing that with my voice for freaking 10 seconds. Especially not a freaking 2-minute, 5-minute scenes and crap like that. Like, yo, again, her acting was incredible for this movie. Acting was incredible, okay? Now, this is a 2019 movie, once again, along with Midsommar. Alright, let's see if at least she got nominated. Okay, or, yeah, let's see if she got nominated for Best Actress.
Nope.
Where is she? Can you see her anywhere?
Nope.
No? That's crazy. That's crazy. She's not there. Again, widely praised performance. The Oscars know who she is. They know what this movie is. They know, and they still ain't rolling out the nominations. Again, this could all be hysteria. I want to repeat this again. This could all be hysteria. This could just be my personal opinion, manipulating my reality or something like that. Like, this could be me taking crazy pills. But give me some time to pull up some more examples, though. Alright, so, that's number 3. What's number 4? Well, if you saw my last review, my, recent review, right there, description, go ahead and check that out. Give that video some love, you know what I'm saying? You know what my last one is. It's Mia Goth for Pearl. Again, more recent performance than all the other ones. But, as I said in my review, this performance was absolutely incredible. A very taxing performance. She gives a monologue that is fantastic, and the performance is so good that everybody talks about it when they think about this movie, and it hikey kind of annoys me because I'm like, there's other good stuff about the movie too, but she definitely. She definitely, brings her S game for this. And there is no way you can convince me that the Oscars don't know about this performance. But, let me not talk too soon, okay? Let's look at the 2023 nominees, okay? Let's look at the 2023 nominees. You know what I'm saying? Like, these Oscars hasn't happened yet, you know what I'm saying? Just look at the 2023 Best Actress nominees. Let's go! She's not there. She's not there. in my opinion, that was definitely an Oscar-worthy performance. In my opinion. At least worthy of being nominated. But it's not there. She's not there. Alright? Now, you may look at me like, hey man, listen, this doesn't prove that they have a bias against horror. And you're right, this isn't concrete proof. But this at least erases my suspicion. Because again, these are widely praised performances. Widely praised performances. That are in horror movies. All the actresses I've listed so far, bring it their absolute A game. These performances are absolutely incredible, and yet they're not getting nominated. Now, some of you may be saying, but Lord of Games guy, Daniel Kaluuya,
Kahlua.
yeah, that was nominated for Best Actor for Get Out. And you'd be right about that. He was nominated for Best Actor. You're 100% right about that. However, I have my suspicions about that. Let me present to you a scenario. Let's say you are at the Academy, right? You're a part of the board that gets to judge and decide, what gets nominated and what doesn't get nominated, all right? Recently, you've been blasted online. People have been calling you racially biased. People have been accusing you of, being biased towards minority filmmakers, towards minority performances. All right, you're getting absolutely blasted online. And then, out of nowhere, this little film called Get Out, all right? A black director, a well-known black director, right? I mean, a well-known comedian that is directing his first, horror film. It comes out, it's a mass success, people are singing its praises, has a black lead, black director, has high praise, people have been accusing you of being racist. So what do you do? You immediately point to that film and you're like, yo, we're going to get this film in the Academy. We're going to nominate it for a bunch of things. Best Original Screenplay, Best Picture, Best Actor, and Best Director. All right, those are the awards that you give the film. All right, this is the perfect way to get people off your back, at least a little bit. This is the perfect way to get people off your back, and avoid suspicion that you are racially biased, okay? Heck, you even have it win Best Director just to further get people off your tail. You know what I'm saying? So that's a scenario I present to you. Right, I believe that it is very interesting how around the time that was really blowing up, the Oscars dialed back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They were like, let's give Get Out some nominations, right? And it also another thing that makes me suspect that is that no other Jordan Peele film got any other nomination since. Not one from the Oscars. Not one. I'm not saying that the other ones were as good as Get Out, because I don't think Us was as good as Get Out. But again, a still well-liked film. And not nominated for anything whatsoever. So that's interesting. So I have my suspicions with Daniel being nominated for Best Actor. I have my suspicions for that one, let me just say the least. Now, if they did legitimately want to nominate Daniel for Best Actor, that's fantastic because he did incredible in that role. But there's still quite a few horror performances that are getting snubbed and are getting completely ignored by the Academy. And I notice a pattern of this. And I am not the only one.
Lupita Nyong'o is incredible in the movie. She is so damn good in this film that the Oscars will just ignore her, and she will not receive a nomination. That's how good she is in the film.
Think she's absolutely right. And I actually think she should have been nominated for Best Actress based on her performance in Pearl. It's a performance to me that's comparable to the notorious Oscar snob that was Toni Collette in Hereditary. Hereditary is a polarizing horror film, but even if you didn't enjoy it, you have to admit Toni Collette was dynamite in that movie. It's the type of acting performance that gets an Oscar nod if it's in a drama film.
I want to end this video off by addressing the question of why. Why? What motive would the Academy have behind, not nominating horror performances? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are they purposely snubbing these performances? You know, why would they be doing that? And to be completely honest with you, I do not know for certain, but I do have a theory of why the Academy may have a bias towards horror performances, no matter how good they may be. I believe it's for the same reason, and this is just what I can come up with. I welcome anyone else to propose their theories. If you even believe that this is an issue at all. Again, there's still a chance that I can just be blowing this way out of proportion or whatever, but I could only think of it's the same reason of why film snobs look down on superhero movies. And that's not fair to say. Not only film snobs look down on superhero movies, but, Martin Scorsese, people like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, plenty of high art filmmakers have talked about how, superhero movies are, not art. They're not cinema, They're just entertainment, right? A lot of people have said that, and I feel like it's the sort of same attitude kind of applies for horror movies. Horror movies are kind of seen as popcorn schlock. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say this is without reason, right? It isn't without reason, and same with superhero movies. It isn't without reason that people think this way. Right? It's an ignorant mindset, but it's definitely based in some sort of reality. A lot of superhero movies are popcorn schlock. A lot of them are popcorn schlock. A lot of them do follow the same formula. Same with horror movies. Horror movies follow a similar formula. I talked about slashers in my review. Again, in the description. A little plug. You know what I'm saying? I talked about slashers and how I don't like them because, they usually feel like the same movie to me and stuff like that. But that is no excuse for just ignoring the exceptions to the rule, right? That's not an excuse, all right? That's straight up ignorance, right? And I feel like the Oscars have a holier than thou, maybe I'm making stuff up, but I feel like they have a very, we're above this attitude when it comes to horror movies and when it comes to certain films in general. They see horror movies as popcorn schlock. They see them as, okay, well, they're the McDonald's of the film industry. You pop in, get your quick fix and then get out and stuff like that. You don't really take anything special from it. And I just feel like, for some reason, because of that holier than thou attitude, they are just ignoring horror performances that do deserve to be mentioned. And now again, this is a theory, but the Oscars definitely seem to respect dramas and romantic comedies way more than horror movies in every aspect, including the performances within them. For some reason, just horror performances, they're just so far behind performances in other movies, in other genres and stuff like that. Despite the fact that, in my personal opinion, and in the opinion of many others, horror movies have had some of the best performances ever. Like, ever. But, that's the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I'm seriously curious of what you guys think about the subject. You may not care, but I still feel like it's something to just, look into. It's pretty fascinating subject, and it's something that's kind of frustrated me for quite a while, ever since Toni Collette didn't get anything for her performance in Hereditary. I sort of looked at the Oscars weird then too, and then it happened again with Us, and then it happened again with Midsommar, and then it happened again with Pearl, and I'm like, hey, there seems to be a pattern here, but that's just my personal opinion. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. And see you guys next time. Long live Game Sky out.